Africa is a massive continent, currently divided into 54 independent nations. What if all these countries united to form one single African state? Would this new nation be a global superpower? And how powerful would it be? First, Africa is huge, covering over 20% of all land on Earth. It is nearly 70% the size of all of Asia combined. It is also 3 times larger than the entire continent of Europe. Currently, 1.2 billion people live in Africa, about 16% of the global population. A united Africa would actually have a smaller population than both India and China. However, Africa is experiencing the largest population boom in the world right now. The population has doubled since 1990 and is expected to grow significantly further. By the end of the century, Africa's population could reach 4.4 billion people. This would mean nearly 40% of all humans would live in Africa by 2100.
Africa has the youngest population in the world, with a median age of just 19.7 years.
However, literacy rates remain a challenge, with about 64% of the population being considered literate. These rates vary significantly, from over 94% in Libya to 27% in South Sudan. Health challenges, such as HIV and AIDS, also affect a significant percentage of the population. A unified Africa would also face extreme linguistic and ethnic diversity. There are between 1,250 and 3,000 distinct languages spoken across the continent. A unified state would likely need numerous official languages, mirroring South Africa's 11 official languages. Common languages like Arabic, Swahili, English, and French would likely serve as the primary administrative tools. The ethnic diversity is equally vast, making it hard to define a single national identity.
Religiously, the continent is largely divided between Christianity and Islam, each holding about 7%.
The 10 largest cities represent major economic and cultural hubs for this theoretical unified state. Lagos, with over 22 million people, would be a massive city, larger than many countries. Addis Ababa would likely become the capital, as it already hosts the African Union headquarters. Africa is incredibly rich in natural resources, holding vast amounts of platinum, gold, and diamonds. Despite this, it remains the poorest continent on the planet, facing significant economic hurdles. A unified Africa would have a GDP of $2.39 trillion, making it the 7th largest economy. It would outrank India, but still remain behind major powers like France and Germany. The GDP per capita would be around $1,992, reflecting the deep poverty across the continent. Half the population in sub-Saharan Africa lives in poverty, defined as under $1.25 a day. Yet, Africa is projected to be the fastest growing region in the world in the future. A unified Africa certainly has the potential to become a true global superpower. With a massive population to fuel its army and economy, it could rival any nation. The future of this unified continent remains a fascinating question for the world.